Hello student, in last video we discussed the word internal energy, that is delta U. Okay, now let us discuss our next state function is what? Enthalpy change, that is delta H. Okay, before going to discuss about the enthalpy change, let us know what is the need of discussing about this enthalpy change. Okay, already we have the one of the state function, what is that is delta U already is there. Still next we are switched to what? Enthalpy change. Now what is the need of the enthalpy change here means, here if you see the most of the chemical reactions what happen, we are performed at that what at constant volume. Okay, whatever for example which we observe the change in heat. Okay, by doing work, by heating and doing work and heating both together. Okay, so at that time what we are doing at constant volume only we are considering. So here it is difficult to maintain the constant value every time. Okay, to avoid those problems, now we need the another state function, that should be the reaction should be performed at what? Constant pressure. Okay, so here if you see, most of the chemical reactions are carried out under constant atmospheric pressure but not at constant volume. For this we need to define another state function, that is delta H. So most of reaction is what? We are going to perform at constant atmospheric pressure. Okay, so that is nothing but 1 bar. So we need the another state function, that is what? Delta H. Now let us discuss about the delta H. Delta H nothing but enthalpy change. Okay, so how can you define it, this one? It is a quantity of heat supplied to the system at a constant pressure. Okay, nothing but QP. Already we discussed this. P indicate means subscript P indicate we have the constant pressure. You measure the heat at what? Constant pressure, that is equal to delta H. Okay, this is the definition of enthalpy change. Means you are going to measure the heat by using it constant what? Pressure. Okay, if a constant value means what? That is called internal energy delta U. Okay, you should be very careful because so many numericals we will do this based on this concept also. So it is a quantity of heat, okay, supplied to the system at constant pressure. Okay, you are going to keep the pressure as a constant. Okay, it is an extensive property. So here already we discussed internal energy also extensive property. This one also extensive property, means depends on the mass. It is a state function. Okay, so it depends on the what? Initial state, final state. It is independent on the what? Path. For exothermic reaction, heat is evolved during the reaction. So already you know very well, exothermic reaction means heat is going to be evolved. So at that time, delta H sign convention is what? You have to take as a negative. For endothermic reaction means what? Heat is absorbed during the reaction. Heat is going to absorb. At that time, delta H equal to what? Positive you have to take. Now mathematically delta H, how you are going to define here? We have that defined mathematically delta H you can define as a delta H equal to delta U plus P delta V. Okay, this is you can define mathematically. Now let us see one derivation. Here we discussed what? QP equal to, here QP equal to what? Delta H. Just now I discussed. Okay, how can we prove? Okay, let us see the derivation for the QP equal to H. Okay, from first law of thermodynamics already you know delta U, change in internal energy equal to what? Q plus W. Okay, so if you take the W irreversible compression, okay, already we have the W irreversible compression. What is the formula we have? W irreversible equal to minus P into delta V. Okay, so instead of here W, I am going to keep the what? Minus P into delta V. Okay, now at constant pressure, here we are going to what? Measure heat at a constant. What is the definition of delta H? We are going to measure the pressure as constant. Okay, heat constant pressure. So here I am keeping the P is a constant. So at a constant pressure here we are taking. Now QP positive means what? Heat is absorbed by the system. W we got the negative means what? Work is done by the system. Already we discussed in the previous video. Okay, positive means heat is absorbed by the system. Okay, work is done by the system means W is negative. Okay, now let us go for the elaborate this equation. Okay, what we have? Delta U equal to QP minus P delta V. Okay, so here just here what we have? Delta U equal to QP minus P delta V. Okay, so P delta U means what? Is a state function. So state function what we are writing here? Final minus initial. So U2 minus U1 equal to QP minus P into this also what? Your difference is there means you have to take the what? Final minus initial. So V2 minus V1. So on rearrangement, go for the rearrangement. How you are going to rearrangement here? Just multiply minus P into V2 okay, plus PV1, okay. Now if you go for the rearrangement, take the total terminology rearrangement. Why? Because means we need the QP. So QP equal to after rearrangement you are getting the U2 plus PV2 minus U1 plus PV1, okay. So here what happened, already we discussed mathematically, delta H means what? U plus PV, okay. You can define as a U plus PV. So instead of this total term I am going to keep as a H2, okay. Why? Because means delta H is equal to what? U plus PV. Here total term I am going to keep as what? H1. So minus symbol is there. So this is what we have the difference. Difference you can write as what? Delta H. So this indicate what? The amount of heat absorbed at constant pressure equal to what? Delta H. Okay. This is how we got the statement. So this indicate what? Amount of heat measured at constant pressure equal to what? Delta H. Okay. Next we have the next equation that show that delta H equal to delta U plus delta NGRT. Okay. Here what we have, delta H means we have delta U plus P delta V is there. Okay. Here just now we discuss mathematically what we have here, delta H equal to delta U plus P delta V is there. Instead of this equation, here we have the equation what here, delta H equal to delta U plus delta NGRT we have to show. Why? Because means here the difference between delta H and delta U is not usually significant for system consisting of only solids and liquids. Okay. If you have the system means what? Which is under our observation. If you have solid and liquid for a system, okay. If you have any solid or liquid for the system, what? There is a change is very less. Okay. But if you take here, why? Because means solids and liquids do not suffer any significant volume changes upon heating. Okay. The difference however becomes significant when gases are involved. So here for example we have the solid and liquid, okay. When you heat the solid and liquid, there is a volume change is very less, okay. Whatever the solid you are going to heat, what happened, there is a change in volume is going to be less. But when you heat the gas, what happened, it's going to be diffuse more fastly. So what happened, there is a drastic change in the volume, okay. Now let us see here. So solid and liquids do not suffer any significant volume changes upon heating, okay. If you go for heating, the volume change is not that much of significant. The difference however becomes significant when gases are involved. Now if you see the gases, what happened, there is a difference we can see in the volume, okay. Now let us consider a reaction involving gases, okay, gases at a constant pressure and temperature, okay. So I am taking one reaction is going to perform what at constant pressure and temperature, okay. For example, okay, for example I have the equation A, okay, A plus B, this is my reactant going to give the C plus D, okay. So here these are my what? Reactants, and these are my what? Products. Okay. Now let us see. Here we have the VA means what? Total volume of gaseous reactant. For example, here total I am taking the VA. Okay, this is the volume of total volume. Okay, total volume of gaseous. Total here I am taking the all are in the gases only. Okay, this also gas. This also gas. Total volume of the what? Gaseous reactants. I am taking the gaseous reactant. Okay, total volume. Next, if you take the VB means total volume of gaseous product. Total volume of gaseous products. Okay. So what's the meaning of this one? For example, I have the one. For example, I have the 4 liters, 3 liters. Okay. 4 liters and 3 liters is one. For example, next this one 3 liters, 4 liters. So 4 plus 3 equal to VA. Okay. Here 3 plus 4 equal to VB. So total, you have to take the total volume of gaseous reactant, total volume of gaseous product. Next, if you take here Na. Na means what? Total number of moles of gaseous reactant. Total number of moles of gaseous reactant. Okay, I am taking the only gaseous reactant. You should be very careful here. Gaseous reactant. Here NB means what? Total number of gaseous, total number of moles of, here moles, okay, you have to take the moles, total number of moles of gaseous products, okay. So what's the meaning of this one? For example, I have 1 mole of this one, for example 2 mole of this one, okay. So next you gather maybe this one 2 moles and 1 mole. So total number of moles here, how much? In the case of reactant we have the 3. In case of product also we have the 3. So total number of gaseous, total number of moles of gaseous reactant, total number of moles of gaseous product means NB, okay. Now let us see that here. So VA means what? Here Total volume of the gaseous reactant. VB means total volume of gaseous product. Next, Na means what? Number of moles of gaseous reactant. Number of moles of gaseous product. Okay. Now here see, according to ideal gas equation, if you apply here, I am talking what here? I am taking the gases. Okay. So you know very well, if all the gases are ideal gases means I can go for the equation what? Ideal gas equation. For the reactant, if you apply, that is what? PV equal to NaRT. Here I am taking the one at constant pressure and temperature. So these are the constant. Volume is going to vary. So Va is changed. Na number of moles are going to vary. R is universal gas constant. Already we discussed. It is a independent of the what? Nature of the gas in the states of matter. Already we discussed. So next, if you see the apply the product we are assuming as a V. B. Okay. So if you apply the ideal gas equation, PVB equal to NBRT. Okay. Here in the both the cases, pressure and temperature constant. Here what we are doing at constant pressure and temperature. So for both the cases, pressure and temperature is same. Number of volume is going to be changed and number of moles are going to change. Now this is I am assuming as what? Equation 1. This is equation 2. Now if you go for the 2 minus 1. Okay. Equation 2 minus 1 if you do, what happen here? PVB minus PVA equal to NBRT minus NART. Okay. Now in this case, if you go for that one, RT is common. Okay. If you go for the RT common in this case, now if you go for here, pressure is common. In this case, what? RT is common. Go for the common. Okay. So if you go for the common here, P into VB minus VA equal to NB minus NART. Okay. So here what? VB minus VA means for the remember what? Difference. Difference I taking the word delta V. NB minus NA means what? Difference. That I am taking the word delta N. So instead of VB minus VA, I substitute the delta V. Here instead of NB minus NA, we change we substitute the delta NG. Here important, we are taking the only number of moles of gases product only. Okay. Gas only. Okay. So RT as such. Now since mathematical delta H we defined, how we are going to define delta H equal to delta U plus P delta V. Already we discussed in the case of mathematical definition of enthalpy. That is what? Delta H equal to delta U plus P delta V. Now from the relation we know very well, P delta V equal to what? Delta NGRT. Actually PV and RT is there. Na? So here what happened? Pressure is same, temperature same. So what is going to change? Volume and number of moles. Okay, that's why we are writing the word P delta V equal to delta NGRT. So in this equation, instead of delta V, I am going to write, can I substitute here delta NGRT? So here what I did, instead of here P delta V, I substitute the word delta NGRT. So this is the, here we already derived the equation with that delta H equal to delta U plus delta NGRT. Here one important note, okay, delta NG means what? Here number of moles of gaseous product minus number of moles of gaseous reactant. You have to take the only one product, number of moles of product and reactant you have to do. Okay, product minus reactant. In that also you have to take only gases only, not the solids, not the liquid. Okay. Now let us see the numerical problem based on this problem number 6.5. Let us see now let us read the problem here. Now what is the given the problem here? Numerical problem 6.5. If water vapor is assumed to be a perfect gas, molar enthalpy change for the vaporization of 1 mole of water at 1 bar and 100 degrees is 41 kilojoule per mole. Okay. Calculate the internal energy change. Okay. Here we have the water vapor. Okay. We have the water vapor that is assuming as a perfect gas. Okay. They are taking the water vapors as a gas. Okay. In that case, what a molar enthalpy change for vaporization of 1 mole of water at 1 bar and 100 degrees Celsius is what? 41 kilojoule per mole. So it is going to vaporize. So during the vaporization, what the change in enthalpy, delta H how much given? 41 kilojoule per mole. Okay. Calculate the now. Here you should understand it already they given the molar enthalpy they given. Molar, why we are talking about the what? Per 1 mole. Okay. What is the molar enthalpy? We will discuss later. So enthalpy change how much they given? 41 kilojoule per mole but at 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. Now what they are asking? Calculate the internal energy. Okay. Delta H given. They are asking about the one? Delta U. Okay. Internal energy change means what? Delta U. When they are asking when? First case. Okay. 1 mole of water is vaporized at 1 bar pressure and 100 degrees Celsius. First case what happened? Water is going to vaporize at where? 1 bar pressure and 100 degrees Celsius. First case. Next case is what? 1 mole of water is converted into ice. Okay. Second is what? 1 mole of water is converted into ice. Now let us see here in the both the cases we have to calculate the delta U, change in internal energy. Now let us see the data. What is the given there? If you see the data here, so the data given what? Temperature given at a 100 degrees Celsius. Okay. So we have to convert into Kelvin. Why? Because means if you see here, whatever here, if you why? Because means we have to calculate delta U. Okay. What is the relation between delta H and delta U? Already we have delta H equal delta U plus delta Ng RT. Okay. Why I am going to convert into Kelvin means you know very well R units we have different units. Okay. In that always you will take the temperature what in Kelvin. So this value will be in the Kelvin means the temperature also you have taken the Kelvin. So 100 degrees Celsius you can convert into Kelvin by adding the what 273. So 373 Kelvin. Now delta H already given. How much is given? 41 kilojoule per mole. Okay. Now we have to calculate the delta when two conditions given. One is liquid water is converted into vapors. Next water is converted into ice. Means here liquid is converted into vapors. Means converted into what? Gas in the first case. Second case is what? Liquid into converted into ice. Means it's converted into what? Solid. In the two cases we have to calculate the delta U. Now let us see the first case. What is first case is what? The change in like water is converted into vapors. Means liquid is converted into gas. Okay. So you should be very careful. You have to write the equation. They didn't mention. Okay. So you should understand the problem clearly and you have to write the phase transformation also. So liquid is converted into what? Gas. Now calculate the delta U. Delta H we have. What is the relation between the delta H and delta U means? Here what we have? Delta H equal to delta U plus delta Ng RT. Okay. Now here we have to calculate delta U. So taking this term here. So delta U equal to delta H minus delta Ng RT. Okay. Now for all the temperature given, already R value you have to remember default. Already what are the R values are there? Already we are given in the one states of matter. Just refer again. Okay. So now we need the delta Ng. What is the delta Ng here? We already discussed number of moles of gaseous product minus number of moles of gaseous reactant. Okay. So if you do this one, we are getting the delta Ng. Now let us see for this equation. What is the product we have here? H2O is the gas. Okay. How many moles are there? We have 1 mole. So 1 minus. Second equation we have the minus. Number of moles of gaseous reactant. Here if you see the reactant we have the water in the form of liquid. But if it is a gas only then we have to take. Okay. So we don't have here gases. So we are taking the one 0. So 1 minus 0 means delta Ng how much you are going to get? 1. Okay. This is the 1. Okay. Now R value 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. Okay. You may get doubt why we have to take only R value, this value. We have the 2 calories 0.08821 like that we have na. Why we are selecting this one only? Because here already delta H value what we have in the joules. Okay. In the joule is there. So you have to take the joules. So 8.314 joules per mole per Kelvin. Okay. R value we took the 8.314 joules per mole per Kelvin. Now let us substitute all the values in the equation. So if you here substituting the given data, delta U equal to delta H minus delta Ng RT. Okay. Delta H value already given 41 kilojoule per mole minus here already we got the delta Ng how much? We got the 1 mole. Okay. Here mole units should be there. Into R value how much? 8.314 joule per mole per Kelvin. Into temperature how much they given? So we converted into 373 Kelvin. Now see the units cancellation. Kelvin per Kelvin going to be get cancelled. Okay. Now mole per mole going to be get cancelled. Now what you left only here joules, here kilojoules. Okay. Now 41 kilojoule per mole, here 31.01 joule per mole is there. Okay. So here if you see, here it should not be there because we are taking the only difference. Okay. So moles are does not going to be cancelled. So here if you see, this is what we are 3101 joule per mole should be there. Okay. This we are taking only difference, so unit won't be there. So delta how much difference is made? Only 1. Okay. Now after that one here if you see, here it is in kilojoules, it is in the joule. So either you convert this one into kilojoules into joule, or this one you convert it into kilojoules. Okay. So what I am doing for the sake of convenience, for the less digit, I am going to convert this joules into kilojoules. So you know very well 1 kilojoule equal to how much? 1000 joules. If I want 1 joule equal to how many kilojoules means what? 1 joule equal to what? 1 by 1000 kilojoules. So if you substitute here, so you are getting the what? 3.101 kilojoule per mole. Okay. Now if you go for the subtraction, how much we are getting here? 37.99 kilojoule per mole. This is the case for the first delta H change is what? When the water is converted into what? Gas. Okay. Nothing but liquid is converted into gas. This is for the first case. Second case, what they given, the change. Again, we have to find out the internal energy change when water is converted into what? Solid. Nothing but ice is converted into ice means what? What is the states of matter? That is solid state. Okay. So H2O liquid form is converted into H2O in the solid state. Now here first we have to find out the one delta Ng. Here delta Ng is 0. Why? Because means in the case of product also we don't have in the gas, so number of moles 0. In the case of reactant also we have the 0 because we don't have any gas. So total how much change we have? 0. So once delta Ng is 0 means this total term becomes 0. Now if you substitute here delta H equal to delta U plus delta NgRT, we have relation this one. Okay. Here delta NgRT is 0. So then delta H equal to delta U equal to delta H. Now in this case what happened? Whatever the internal energy change, what is the enthalpy, that is equal to internal energy change. Okay. Already in the data we have the delta H. How much we given? 41 kilojoules per mole given. So in this case delta U value how much? 41 kilojoules per mole. Okay. This is the numericals you have to do while doing the numericals based on delta H, delta U means here you should be very careful for the delta Ng. Okay. Delta Ng you have to take the number of moles of gases product minus number of moles of gases reactant only. Okay. You have to go for the only number of moles of gases, not the solid, not the liquid. Okay.